Again, guys, welcome. It is going to be the second part of episode 5. I can actually put fingers on it. Episode 5, Destiny Esports' Learning League, part 2 of Teamwork Needed. Again, this is Already the Bird saying some words, getting in there today with you all. It's going to be a pretty interesting, fun part of the show because we're going to be talking about Jungle and all the other Jungle stuff, plus maybe some more teamwork stuff. Hopefully we can get it in there. Here with me is one of the best, the favorite, the awesomest of co-casters slash people that I always work around with in the League of Legends world. It is Octavia. Hello.
Hi there. Thanks for having me.
Really quickly, just before we actually start onto this episode, do you want to do any shout-outs really quickly? I mean, I'm going to be doing that at the end again, but let's just do it right now so that, you know, you can get it out there. I know you have a new position in something as well, maybe?
Yeah, I was recently asked to be the Community Relations Manager for our amateur tournament, which, if you guys don't know, is a awesome weekly tournament that we do for people with an ELO of 1,000 to, I think we bumped it up to 1,500. So that's pretty exciting. And basically what we're trying to do is get the lower ELO folks to have their own tournament instead. You know, you don't have to be 1,800. You don't have to be 2,000 to have people shoutcast your games. We're up and coming, so it's really exciting. Just trying to streamline everything and make sure that you guys know all the information about the prize pools, how to sign up, and if you want more details on that, I always have the information on my Twitter, which you can see on the screen, which is at Octavia with a 0 instead of an O. And yeah, the guy who runs it's really awesome, and I was really glad that he asked me to help him out. And there's some really awesome teams that are signing up, so you guys should check it out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I do shoutcast it for them sometimes, so do check it out. Octavia's a really awesome person as well. Do check her out on that Twitter web thingy that's on the, I think it's the lower left or right, I have no idea. But we're about to get in on episode 5 right now. I was about to say 2 for some reason. But really quickly, just a recap, we did talk about, we're talking about team fights and kind of what to do as a team player for the game of League of Legends. And right now, we talked right before about this, you might want to check it out, the carry portion, which is the AD carry and AP carry, something really important, like what they actually do during the team fight, what they actually do during the lane phases, because we didn't really talk about that as well. And now we're going to be talking about the junglers. So really quickly, I mean, we've been kind of going all over this kind of teamwork thing. Refresh really quickly, Activia. I mean, why is teamwork really important in League of Legends?
Teamwork is important because it is a team game and it requires a lot of coordination for everything to function properly. You know, you may be in solo queue and just kind of trying to do your own thing, but when you're on a full 5-man team, the game goes a lot smoother because everyone has their own little job and the cooperation is what makes the game fun.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, winning makes the game fun as well, but socializing slash, you know, just learning other people play kind of really turns, like, I guess, a competitive spirit for me at least, in that sense that, you know, you can actually learn from these people, even though they might be just random people online or something, but you can learn from these people that you actually play with during the game and, you know, actually kind of friend them or also just kind of learn from them. But we're going to be looking at the jungle for this section. We do have Sudatoy's going to be playing the Nocturne, and we're going to have another Nocturne that's going to be Easter from Frankie on the other side. Really quickly, just a recap. It is kind of looking a little bad because Annie right here doesn't have a tower pretty early. And what do you what do you expect from that? Because, you know, she did lose her tower within 5 minutes. Like from the jungle of blue side.
Yeah, and it looks like, was it Talon mid?
No, it's Talon top.
Talon top, okay, was it Swain mid?
No, it was Malphite mid.
Malphite mid?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's really surprising to lose your tower that quickly. But Annie is not a great pusher. I mean, she doesn't really have an AoE ability that allows her to push creeps really hard, and it looks like she really got punished for it. When you lose your tower that early as well, it means that the mid lane is going to feel comfortable just wandering, which is going to be bad news for your team. They're going to be like on more map awareness, and it does give the advantage to the jungler or the the enemy AP who can just kind of, go around and gank other lanes and that kind of thing. So what Annie's going to have to do is desperately try and get some help in mid lane, and she will be able to free farm fairly safely, but at the same time, that's global gold for the enemy team as well really early on, and that's going to hurt her a lot.
Okay, so really quickly, we were talking about this over in the first part of the episode, the lane gank, is that what it's called? That's what we're talking about. Really quickly, let's go rewind this. I can't really rewind it, but yeah. So we're going to start out with a lane gank from Easter Franfricky. He gets into this bush really quickly. It was pink warded by the blue team, so they know if there's any wards or no wards over here, so that kind of denies them that vision for the purple team. And yeah, I mean, this is pretty much what it set it up for. Even though they're really pushed far ahead, the jungler has the opportunity to such advantage just because they know that they don't have vision over here.
It's true, and Nocturne, with his ultimate, is perfectly able to tower dive, which, gives him the edge as well. So it looks like he's going to go in. He immediately opens up on Soraka, who's taking tremendous amounts of damage, and then Ezreal is desperately going to try and hide behind his turret there. Yeah, and then Nocturne, of course, will ulti under the turret while Swain is taking turret damage, and he did actually die. But it was a 2-for-1 exchange, so that was in their advantage. And they will get lots of damage down on this tower here as well. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, definitely that was a problem from the mid not being able to kind of secure anything, because the mid right here doesn't have a tower, so that means the AP mid, like you were saying, was just roaming down, which he did. And then also the bottom lane kind of getting pushed up the tower just because you don't have that pressure in one part of the sector, one part of the map means that everyone else is going to feel pressure and kind of fall back as well.
It's true. You want to? Oh, we have Nocturne going in again here, and and he had to flash away.
Yeah, he kind of came in there and then he saw the other Nocturne and said, "Oh, let me back my."
We have dual Nocturnes. I just noticed that.
Buttocks back.
I wonder what happens when they ult each other.
There is no vision at all in the map. We do see Ezreal kind of tilted down onto Easter Franfricky, and the Malphite's going to be taken down as well. But the other Nocturne, Easter Franfricky, is going to try to turn and turns right onto Soraka. So really quickly, let's go look back since I do have the magical replay button right here. Really quickly, this was a kind of a gank from another gank. Actually, we have to go back a little bit. Sorry about that. So from here, Suitoish tries to go in onto Easter Franfricky, using the Nocturne kind of to gank another Nocturne, or gank the Malphite. That was actually the first target. What do you think? Probably the choices between both junglers. What do you think Suitoish should have done, and then what do you think Easter Franfricky did to actually secure the? It was a double kill, I believe, for purple.
Let's see. Sorry, I got a message because someone wanted the link to the show, so of course I was going to give it to them.
Yeah.
I'm watching here right now. We do see the fear go down, and oh, the screen blacked out for a second. I think Malphite was a little aggressive there. He didn't quite have the health to really. I think he ulted in there, and then we do have Vayne coming in as well, and I didn't really see the original initiation because I was alt-tabbed.
Yeah.
But when you do gank a bot lane, you do have to be wary of the crowd control that the bottom lane does bring to the table, and you can also be counter-ganked. I mean, the enemy team has a Shen who could very well come down, ultimate down into bot lane, and turn things around as well. So I love the combination of Shen Nocturne because they can be exactly where they need to be at the drop of a hat, which makes things really not that good for the enemy team when they suddenly have, 4 people in their lane when there was only 2 a couple of seconds ago. So I think that does depend on when and how you should gank a lane.
Yeah, definitely. I was about to say the initiation from a jungler does depend on having kind of some vision on the enemy jungler. If you don't see the enemy jungler around and you're going to be diving into a tower, more often than not, he's probably either stealing your buffs, but more often than not, he might be just right behind you counter-ganking. And once a counter-gank happens, and you're already taking so much damage, which the Nocturne Suitoish, the purple Nocturne, kind of did, it kind of changed the game kind of deadly for the blue team right there.
Yeah, and Nocturne, like I said, is very special. He does have that ultimate where you'll have no vision on your map, and then he will just pop out of nowhere and jump onto someone. So it's a really good team fight initiation as well in some respects.
Yeah, definitely. Indeed. I mean, Paranoia is like one of the best, probably the best ultimates from the game right there. But it's on a long cooldown. Blah 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 blah.
For a jungler, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of sad to see as well. We're gonna be seeing, I think, something come up at 2 minutes and 6 seconds pretty soon. Really quickly for a jungler. What does jungle usually do during the lane phase, which we don't kind of see right now because lanes kind of are deteriorating from both sides right now.
Junglers, as is their name, hang out in the jungle, and they kill jungle creeps. And Nocturne is going to go ahead and ultimate in here. Again, that's what I said, is that his initiation is just fantastic. They can't see where he is. He can zip across the map really quick and pick up an awesome double kill on that Ezreal and Soraka. So he felt safe enough to just kind of dive in there, and then the Malphite was there as well, and the Vayne, so that was a good job to that Nocturne there. But anyway, a jungler during laning phase is going to kill the jungle creeps for money, because that's how they sustain themselves. They do not farm the creeps in lane. They also kill jungle creeps that give them buffs, as you see on this Nocturne here. The red buff is a buff that slows people, which is really annoying, and the blue buff gives a constant revitalization on your mana, which is really important because Nocturne is a really heavy, mana-heavy jungler. He needs his blue to be able to function. He's got to have that mana, and there's nothing worse than seeing a perfect gank and not having mana for your ultimate.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're like, oh.
Definitely not. I was about to say, I mean, in general, also for junglers as well, they do some sort of denying to the other jungler. I mean, we've talked about denying before in lane phases and such like that. They do deny other jungle creeps as well. You see the counter jungle meta being really shown out between big teams like Moscow 5, like TSM. They just did it like a lot of them because of Moscow 5, but definitely something that you see in the game, since the jungle creeps actually respawn a lot faster, and you can take a lot more experience from them, either through the mid lane, the bottom lane, or even the jungler. But the jungler usually has that primary role of counter jungling.
And you can shut down an enemy jungler very, very easily, especially if they're mana dependent, like a Mumu or a Nocturne or Twitch. Like, Twitch can be literally useless if he gets deprived of his first couple of buffs. So you'll have to watch out for counter jungling if you do pick up those kind of junglers there. But yeah, great initiation from Malphite here. He did manage to knock up that Annie, and she just got eaten alive by that Swain. Swain, of course, the AP champ that, does not care. He will go, he's like the Mundo AP. He just kind of goes where he pleases because of his ultimate and his lifesteal. And anyway,
yeah,
but yeah,
so definitely.
And of course, junglers, when they're not eating creeps or depriving creeps from the other jungler, they will be ganking lanes, as we've been talking about all game now, or all show.
Yeah, definitely. They just see that dive at top. I mean, they don't usually dive. There's always special characters like Nocturne or Rammus that can dive and slash take tower shots pretty peasily. But definitely something to watch out for is when a jungler dives, you can try to position yourself to actually kill that jungler, just because if they're not tanky enough to actually take all the damage, they can actually just get killed, and you can just feed off of that.
Absolutely. And Trinity is another jungler that loves the tower dive as well, because
Hold on.
endless range.
I'm going to have to call you right back because it did just turn to a helicopter, so I have to watch out for my sound as well. Give me a second. So, really quickly, so we've been talking about jungling in general right now. When is a good time to secure slash take dragon? Actually, we're going to have a big team fight right here, so I'm going to pause it right now, but we're going to finish up this question and then we'll actually go to this team fight. When is a good time to secure take dragon for a jungler, usually?
Let's see. You usually don't want to go in to take dragon if the other team is also all all alive still. You want that advantage. You want to make sure that you've killed a couple people, you have heavily warded the area to make sure that you know if they're going to come in and contest it. And you also want to have help from your mid lane and also your bot lane as well. Sometimes the mid lane is lazy and doesn't come down and help Dragon, but in an ideal situation, mid and bot lane will come up and take Dragon with you. So you'll have that extra security of, you know, it'll be a 4v whatever if people do come down. Rarely you'll see top lane come down and help with Dragon, especially in the early game. But I just want to mention, like, warding is crucial. If you're going to get ready for a Dragon, you need to know where that jungler is, because there's a chance they'll come in and smite steal. And that's the worst feeling, is doing all the work to get that Dragon, and then the enemy jungler comes in and just boop, and it's gone. So you want to ward, know where they are. You're going to want to make sure that you have help from the rest of your team as well. And a lot of times, again, they'll make sure that they kill someone on the enemy team, usually someone in bot lane, if not both. Or, you know, if you have an advantage in a situation, like if the lane is really pushed in your favor, sometimes if you have enough damage, you can sneak over and grab Dragon.
Yeah, definitely. That, I mean, that instance we actually saw 2 people of Team Purple actually go down, so that's why that was an easy peasy Dragon for Blue Team. They just had to get Malphite.
Oh yeah, after an ace, go get Dragon for sure. If you're not getting Baron.
Yeah, so we do see that, I mean, happen. Whenever usually 2 people die, just expect that someone is already taking Dragon and that just happened, and then you just retime it from there. That's if you fall down and kind of die. But if you do have that pressure or that added ability, I mean, sometimes you want to go push turrets. It depends on the timing of the game. But most of the times you just want to take those non-objectives so that you can actually still CS more and actually still build a solid Super League right after you take a Dragon.
Yeah, exactly. And again, Dragon is fairly important. It will give you Team Global Gold, and it gives you a little map control as well because you'll have that area warded. So
I was about to say, are wards important for the jungler?
Oh yeah, you don't see a lot of junglers ward, which kind of burns me up as an occasional support player, because then it's all on them to ward, and that's not really fair. Some of the best junglers I know always carry a couple wards with me, and it's easier for them to ward their own jungle if they're scared of getting counter-jungled, ward the enemy jungle if they feel like they need to be more aggressive, and also ward Baron, because the support's in bottom lane. They're not really close to Baron ever, you know, unless you're fighting it. So junglers warding up those kind of situations, and especially Baron as well, as you move into mid to late game, is, you know, your support, your whole team, it's part of that coordination thing and cooperation. It's not going to cost you a whole lot to buy a couple wards and help out, and it does make a world of difference because it will save lives.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, most of the times you actually do see it more from the support junglers than the aggressive junglers. You'll see Nocturne, you'll see Beeson probably have like 1 or 2 wards. That's kind of dependent on the kit, but also just because of Wriggle's Lantern, they kind of feed off of that little spell vamp, not spell vamp, lifesteal slash just damage proc from Wriggles. But they also depend on the ward, so you'll see like 1 or 2 wards from them. But usually you'll see the support junglers like Maokai, kind of Mundo-ish, but kind of more like anything that plays a little bit more defensive, getting more wards than maybe support sometimes.
I agree.
Really quickly, we're about to see a big team fight. I think I'm going to actually repause it, and I'm just going to show it to you in its entirety in like fast motion. But yeah, we do get somebody caught out, and we're going to see Eater Frank, who's probably going to die from that, sadly.
Yeah, I believe it was Talon who got caught out.
Yeah, so really quickly, what is a team fight by definition? Octavia, if you could just explain in 5 words.
Sure. Oh, in 5 words?
No, I'm joking, just explain, just explain.
I didn't know this was like homework. A team fight, by definition, is when all members of the team, with the occasional exception of top lane, who will try and keep pushing a lot of times if they're not needed, meets at a particular point in the map, and then one side initiates, and then everyone does their best to lock on to one particular target and make sure that they die, and make sure that their positioning is correct so they don't get caught out, and usually when everyone is dead on one side and you have an ace, then it's over, or when they get chased away and they're safely behind their turrets, it's over, or when both sides get ace, which I've seen, you know, the team fight is generally over. So I hope that that's fairly concise.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it makes sense in my mind at least. Okay, really quickly, we're about to see the same team fight that you just saw just a while ago. Really quickly, we see Eater Frankie kind of be bait. That's what I'm just gonna say, be bait, because he's trying to see if he can kind of corral Annie and Nocturne to come into this area. Not leastly for Notley or Notley for Neasley, there is a ward over there for purple to see. So we're gonna see if Eater Frankie can get out of here, which I think he does, because he sees 3 members of purple team just kind of go in. But right here, you're going to see Zima Talon kind of get caught between all 3 members. Because of that ward right there, being able to see General Mills is going to be able to catch the Zima Talon notion just really easily right there. And then, yeah, that's kind of how the initiate starts. I mean, pause it right here. Do you think that was a fine initiation slash from the team of purple slash team of blue?
I think so. Catching someone out is a great advantage to one side of the team, because you know that they're, at least right now, outnumbered, and you can usually go in with your whole team and burst them down before the enemy team can respond. Though we see here, everyone was in that general area, and they were aware that Talon got caught out, so they're converging onto that point and trying to save their friend, and also, you know, like I said, focusing on that target. You see Annie is already taking damage, because they want to make sure that she dies. Yeah, see, Nocturne is locked down on Annie. Annie is forced out of the way, where she's no longer doing any damage. We see that
Ezreal just kind of chases down that Nocturne that kind of went onto Annie, and that's pretty much what happened during that team fight. I mean, it was a good team fight for the purple team. Really quick, I'll just go back.
I agree. They did take advantage of that situation, which I think if they felt safe enough to do that, then it was totally the right thing to do, and they did that very well.
Yeah, but this is, like, definition-wise, as a team fight, like, this is close enough to a regular team fight that you'll see, because usually it starts by someone being caught. And sadly for not, it was the Talon that got caught for this one.
It's
true. You know, it's just how it is. Usually you do not see a real engage where it's just 5v5, big damage going all around. Usually you'll see that if someone has Baron and sieging up at the tower or so, and that's pretty much just the last stand for either one team. But usually you'll see these team fights more often than not be a really regular occurrence.
It's true. And usually it's when you're contesting a point, you know, sometimes that'll cause a team fight. People try and use those situations to bait out team fights. Like, they'll start Baron, and as soon as the enemy team comes, they'll all turn and start a team fight as well. So, I mean, that's when you really want to make sure that you have the advantage over another team. Like, when you're doing really well, that's when you want to bait Baron, I believe.
Yeah, definitely, indeed. Okay, so gonna switch out yet again. I'm gonna go kind of lastly to the last part. I mean, we were talking about team fights, but let's go to team fights just a little bit more. I'm actually gonna get into a real live game, I think. Let's see, really quick. I think this is actually done, but we'll see what's up. But I'm gonna be playing it through. Really quickly. We did learn what is a team fight. When is a good time to team fight? We just learned one example where it kind of where you just kind of catch the AD or APK or whoever you can catch out of position, and we saw that there. But when is another good time to actually team fight?
I think I mentioned before, but I'll go ahead and say again. If you are contesting a dragon or a Baron fight, if you really want that dragon and you have your entire team with you, and you feel like you can do it safely, you can engage in a team fight during the point where the enemy is trying to get dragon or Baron, and then especially Baron. If someone starts Baron and then your team hops on top of them, they're not only taking damage from you, but they're taking damage from Baron as well. So that gives you an advantage, and that is a good time to initiate a team fight.
Yeah, definitely, indeed. And where do you place wards for dragons / team fights to start off, if anything?
Well, it's really personal preference. You can drop it right in the middle and front, which gives you a lot of coverage of the entire river, and the entryway to the jungle for the enemy as well, and you can see dragon. So I think right in front in the middle of the river is a great place to put it. Some people put it in the dragon nook if they're afraid that the enemy team has an oracle and will just be casually sweeping there and picking up that ward, or a pink ward, you know, that kind of thing. And some people put it behind dragon as well to make sure. That's usually a defensive maneuver from the people on the purple side, just in case the blue side is trying to sneak behind and take dragon as well. So those are 3 really good places to put a ward.
And you do see warding over here in the jungle. I mean, seeing these like little bits of nooks and crannies as well kind of help out during a team fight. I mean, any little vision in the game helps out a lot. So if you can deny, which Mr. Nautilus has as a oracle, kind of can deny that, or even just get more vision. I mean, that just helps your team tenfold, just because you can actually get some more, you know, just more security in actually fighting in, which we do see right now.
Yep, that's true. We do see Nautilus getting caught out a little bit there. He is able to flash away, and a great grab from that Blitzcrank. He grabbed Jax and was able to burst him down in super speedy time. So as you saw there, that initiated a team fight. Renekton got stunned, but was trying to go in and continue this team fight. He will turn around, actually, and just give the Ziggs oh my goodness, and then of course we do have the flash through the wall to secure that kill from Blitzcrank. So, and then it's still going. Miss Fortune is like, oh, I don't have a tower. So she is running as quickly, and we have Ezreal on the other side, so she was just toast as soon as that started, because she was really, really overextended without a tower, which is something a lot of people unfortunately do when they're trying to farm up, especially as an AD carry. I do want to mention, as a support player occasionally, the 6 main places you always want to ward, or if you can afford it, have a ward there, is you want to drop one at the enemy blue, you want to drop one at the enemy red, you want to drop one at your own blue and your own red, and you want at least 1 at Baron and 1 at Dragon. Those are the 6 places that will give you great map coverage, and you will be able to almost always tell where they are, Bird.
Yeah, definitely. That is really, really important kind of area / objectives for all the teams, not just you, but their team as well. So having those places warded, having that vision really helps out. Especially like even the little nooks, like entryways to where Baron is or to where Dragon is, really help out as well to just see, look, and actually get advantages from the team. But that's pretty much it for today's part of Learning League.
Yeah, we did a full hour. We're doing good.
And really quickly, again, this was the episode number 5. That is teamwork needed. Again, guys, do check us out over at Definitive d-esports.com. Check out our sponsors on top, which is Anteg, Zowie, and the awesome BenQ. But really quickly, last week we did actually talk about a special shoutcaster. If you want to check out the episode, you might want to check out the episode 4. I think it was called The Lone Wolf, I think, something like that, or something different. But really quickly, I think we should be talking about another caster as well. Maybe talk/interview in Octavia, maybe?
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
She's been a recurring awesome person on the show, but you know, we don't really know much about her. So, well, she is an awesome friend to me and to all the other shoutcasters as well that I usually work with / work with in amateur tournament. Let's try and get to know her just a little bit more. So, really quickly, Octavia. Where are you from originally, and if you can say like a local area, where are you now?
Let me give you my address, actually. I'm just kidding. My father was military, so I moved every 2 years of my life until I was 16. So I wasn't really from anywhere because I was always, like, moving around. I was born in Denver, Colorado, which is where I moved back to when I was 16, and I actually ended up graduating high school there. And Colorado is awesome if you guys haven't been there. Beautiful Rocky Mountains, really friendly people, and it's just a gorgeous place to live. And it's, like, really sunshiny all the time, so... And skiing, oh my goodness, skiing is amazing there. I snowboard because I can't ski to save my life. So, yeah, so that's where I'm from originally, if you want to call being from somewhere that is Colorado.
That's cool. Let's say what got you into gaming, since you are kind of like the shoutcaster for an amateur tournament, but also just a good gamer as well.
Oh, thank you. When I was 4 years old, my dad bought a Sega. And, okay, a little history on me. My dad wanted a boy, and I'm an only child. So he wanted me to be kind of tomboyish, so he bought me a gaming system so I could play with him. Now, when I was 4, that was like in 1993 or something. That was when gaming was still fairly male-dominated, so a little girl playing Sega, like, it was just really strange. And I loved it. Like, I was hooked. I remember playing Sonic, which I really liked. I actually played Mortal Kombat way too young. Like, that's such a bloody game for a little kid to play. But I definitely remember really falling in love with it. So fighting games and, like, little RPGs like Sonic and that kind of thing were really what got me hooked. And then my dad bought a football game that I ended up playing with him, and neither of us really knew how to play it, so it was kind of and as I grew up, I loved handheld games. I remember the first time I got a Game Boy, and I was just hooked. Like, I got a Game Boy Color later on, and then Game Boy Advance. Like, I collect them almost. Like, I love buying them every time they come out, all the way up to the 3DS, which is what I got for Christmas this year. So it's a little late. It's been out for a while, but it's so awesome. And I fell in love with Final Fantasy. Zelda is one of my favorite games. All of them are awesome. And I wasn't really encouraged as a gamer. In high school, I was kind of a closet gamer because a lot of my girlfriends are like, ew, I can't believe you play games. Oh my gosh, that's so, like, boyish. But as I got into later years in high school, I got invited to, like, LAN parties, and, like, I used to go to a LAN center, and I played World of Warcraft, and I don't know, I've always loved the gaming community, and I love all video games. I'm not a huge fan of, like, racing games with cars, but that's about it. I'll play a lot of other stuff as well, so.
No,
Yeah, I love gaming.
that's pretty awesome to find out, you know. Not many people, female-dominated, I mean, this is a pretty male-dominated world for gaming, but not many females in the gaming industry probably have the same amount of passion, but, you know, kind of have the same kind of background as well as you do. But you do play League of Legends, you do awesome with knowledge and all that other stuff behind you. But what made you actually become a shoutcaster for League of Legends?
Well, I was watching an amateur tournament game. I just stumbled onto them by Reddit. And I was like, okay, a little tournament, this could be fun. I was watching, and I was chatting with everyone at the same time about, like, different advantages some champions had, like, and the admin at the time messaged me, and they were like, you seem, very knowledgeable of the game. Have you ever done any shoutcasting? And I was like, I don't even know what that is. And then he was like, well, you've watched IPL, you've watched those tournaments, they're like the commentators. And I was like, that would be really fun. I do have a background in acting and public speaking, and they took a risk on me. I didn't have any real background in shoutcasting, and now here I am, like, casting, like, 6 games a week, and I can't get enough. Like, I really, really love amateur tournament. I love all of these, like, passionate teams that are signing up and, like, doing their best and getting some FaceTime because we are able to stream their games. And it's what I really, really enjoy about the League of Legends community, is that there are tournaments like this that are focusing on, not the 1,800 to 2,000 ELO players. Like, they're skilled players at, like, 1,200, at 1,500, that kind of thing, and we want to showcase that.
That's definitely cool, and I mean, amateur tournament is a really good thing. Do you have an official title for amateur tournament finally?
Official title?
I think, or you don't have an official title. I forget right now.
Like
are
title.
You part of, other than shoutcaster? Are you like?
Oh, community relations manager. Yeah.
So if
that means that I get to talk to the teams, I get to set up all the scheduling, I get to control the Twitter and the Facebook, I get to answer all your guys' questions. Like, I'm just trying to help out and make sure that you guys are knowledgeable about the rules, when you can schedule, how you have all the contact information, and if you have any questions, I can usually answer them as well. So that's what I do for amateur tournament right now.
So definitely do check out that Twitter page at Activia to really, if you want to get into amateur tournament. Again, guys, it's a really good venture into actually getting into, like, small time gaming if you want to actually get competitive in League of Legends. But lastly, but not leastly, where do you see yourself in the next few months or 2 years down the road in gaming slash into esports even?
You know, as you know, but not a lot of people know, I'm studying to be a concept artist for BioWare games right now. And that's really important to me. I love art. I love graphic design. I've always had a passion for designing armor and character designs and even branching out into, like, gaming environments as well. And I really want to pursue that, but I would love to be like a professional shoutcaster for League of Legends, because this is the game I know the best as far as like shoutcasting and that kind of thing. And if I got approached to do some permanent shoutcasting, I would definitely do that.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be pretty cool to see from there. But you just see yourself as a concept artist as well. So definitely, if you wanna get some artwork from her, that'd be awesome as well.
I'm setting up a gallery. Everyone keeps asking me, and most of my stuff is commission work, which I'm not allowed to show again because the people purchase the copyrights and all that stuff. But I am getting a personal gallery set up on DeviantArt because everyone keeps asking me, which I'm really like flattered. But I promise it's not like super amazing. So I am setting that up, and hopefully I will get on an intern with BioWare very soon, and that's going to be awesome. So maybe the next BioWare game will have my name on it. You'll be like, hey, I know her. She plays League.
Yeah, definitely, indeed. And that's just a little look into Octavia, the other shoutcaster slash amateur tournament kind of community relations manager. I mean, that's pretty awesome just to hear some more members of the esports community that are kind of just growing and being, bigger stars, bigger people, and this kind of big world of League of Legends. Again, guys, I want to thank her, Octavia, for joining me again. Do you want to give any shout-outs really quickly as well? Because I've wanted to end this pretty quickly, I guess.
Sure. I just want to shout out to my shoutcasting family, including you. There's also Chobra, who is an awesome shoutcaster. He's been sick lately, so you guys should go to his Twitter, give him some love, tell him to tough it out and to not let allergies get to him. And he is at Chobralol, which is CHOBRALOL, and he's the shoutcaster. He may possibly be casting with me tonight as well. If you guys don't know, there is a game at 8 p.m., and he wants to get back into the shoutcasting, so I think I might try and cut him a break there. We also have Attack Fing, who's with us a lot. He does some for Dirtnap Gaming as well, and he is at Attack Fing on Twitter. He also has a YouTube account. He's got a Facebook page. He's really awesome. And of course, Bird, who I'm with today, is oh so awesome, and you guys should support him. Watch him on Twitter, Facebook, this page, every page. He's all over the internet, and he's an amazing shoutcaster, and thank you again for having me on.
Not a problem. I mean, I don't think I'm that amazing as a shoutcaster, but I mean, I try to do what I can for the community of esports slash community of League of Legends. But lastly, but not leastly, thank you, Definitive Esports, d-esports.com, for hosting this website, hosting this show, giving whatever you can as a esports kind of news site to help out the community of League of Legends slash SC2 slash Counter-Strike. And we have a lot of awesome shows, so definitely do check us out on o3d.tv slash d-esports. Lastly but not leastly, do check out the sponsors as well. Antec Inc., Zowie Gear, BenQ, they're all up over my head. They're really awesome people that actually help us out as well. But lastly but not leastly, thank you again, Octavia, for being the co-caster for episode 5. Teamwork is kind of needed. Teamwork needed. Again, guys, thank you for watching, and we are out.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.